On January 1st, 2018, I told myself this year was going to be different. Not your average New Year's resolution of, this year is going to be the year I lose weight and never eat sugar ever again. I'm talking different as in completely altering the way I think internally and speak externally. Stretching my comfort zone to test if I can break my hard-headed tendencies and persistence to always be right. This change started with me taking a step back from being a proud extrovert and diving into the realm of introspective thinking. This change led me to become overly analytical in order to sink below the surface and find true positive meaning and peace within. I had to break down internal walls that were subconsciously built years and years ago in order to find myself on the other side. Growing up, I always knew I thought a little differently. As much as I am an adventurous, boisterous, overly vocal, people-loving person, I am truly a calm, nurturing, grounded wallflower. I was always the kid in school who would argue with the teacher about something they clearly knew more about, but I had a desire to be right. I liked a challenge. I liked to push the boundaries. I liked to be different. And I never took no for an answer until I was given a good reason why. But most importantly, I loved to learn. I questioned everything, and I had mad respect for my authorities who fed my curiosity. Over the last few months, I have taken the characteristics that often negatively define me and have learned to use them to my own benefit. This year, I have challenged my own beliefs as well as my ethics and morality. I've pushed my own mental and emotional boundaries and have learned more about my mind and my connection to this world than ever before. And to this day, I have never stopped questioning. A piece of me that I have lost along the way is my love for being different. I have blended more and more into different crowds of people, trying to find a place that was never truly meant for me. Searching for myself in relationships, friendships, social media satisfaction, places, music. I became more reserved and kept my curiosity to myself when I should have been louder than ever. This was the year I decided to take on my mind and shift my focus to the source and find actual meaning on my personal journey. So where exactly have I been and what the hell am I doing with my life? Over the last few months, I have learned to look within and throughout for the answers to my never-ending questions. I have asked the question why over and over and over again until I think I know the answer, then I ask why again. Why do I care so much about what others think of me? Why do I seek validation in places that are shallow and hollow? Why do I worry? Why do I spend so much time focusing on the future when I'm not even promised one? Why do I stare at my phone screen for hours and hours every day? Why do I get mad when someone cuts me off in traffic? Why do I judge others? But most importantly, why do I judge myself? The endless question of why. You would think the answers to these questions are a no-brainer, but it all boils down to my lack of consciousness. If I was more aware and conscious of my overall being, I wouldn't care what people thought of me because I'd be too focused on the positive aspects of myself to give a damn about someone else's opinion. I wouldn't seek validation from anyone or anything because I would understand that the only true validation that matters is the one that comes from within. I wouldn't worry or focus on the future because I would know that all I have control of is this present moment. If I was more aware and conscious of my overall being, I would have less screen time and more deep mindful connections with others and the world around me. I would take a deep breath whenever someone cuts me off in traffic and wish them well because anger equals lack of self-control. I wouldn't judge others or myself because I would proudly acknowledge that we are all one, and comparison and judgment are ego-driven life suckers that hinder my personal progression. This stream of thoughts and curiosity came when I started listening to the little voice inside my head calling me home, calling me back to the root of my being. Early mornings spent with the sunrise, breathing, reading, meditating, reflecting, writing all of my thoughts like there is no tomorrow. More listening, less speaking, choosing to surround myself daily with the souls who seek a life that is far greater than average. Being mentored by those who are leaving a profoundly positive mark on this earth, seeing my potential and desire to do so as well. Rooting down in my faith to rise with the warriors. There are 1,000,001 why questions, none of which should be ignored. Each why is pushing me deeper and deeper, grounding me to my true intentions. Understanding this process has been the most pivotal point on my journey. I don't have all the answers and probably never will, but my open heart and keenness to learn from the experiences and adventures this life puts me on will lead me closer to the person I've always been, peeling back the self-inhibiting layers one at a time. This is my awakening. This is my declaration of self-discovery and conscious realizations, shared in the most vulnerable, raw way possible. Short, deep, open, a reflection.